Hello, my friends. It is a known fact that the first casualty of war is always the truth. Today, we are going to resurrect the truth. Stay tuned.
When you're coming home, Daddy, I love you. War. What is it good for?
What is it good for? Absolutely. Sing it to me. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
We're all living in a world where information is right at our fingertips. If you want to know something, it's easy. You just Google it. For example, if you wanted to know why the Russians invaded the Ukraine, well, you could simply look it up on YouTube and you would get the answer.
The brutality of the attack on a sovereign, democratic state in our neighborhood, totally unprovoked, has, of course, in a way you can say it's a watershed moment.
Russian soldiers are using rape as a weapon of war in Ukraine. In areas retaken from Russian troops, civilians are giving horrifying accounts of sexual violence. Ukraine's human rights ombudsman has received hundreds of reports, but the true numbers are impossible to calculate.
First of all, I want to highlight one exact moment. What is happening here? Real genocide of Ukrainians. A lot of people asking about the origins of this conflict, origins of this war, and the roots of this war are very deep. The most important that Russia don't need our territory. They don't want to help how they call the people of regions or something like that to rule their destinies and other. First of all, their main goal is to eliminate the term Ukrainians, to eliminate our nation. And all of their actions right now, they're showing exactly this. Yeah, at least 10,000 people died countrywide in Ukraine right now, civilian people. At least 20,000 people died here in Mariupol, yes, and these numbers are increasing. And Russia want to cover up the results and evidences of their crimes.
My friends, that actor is being presented to us as a Ukrainian soldier. He is apparently in the infamous steel plant, which is currently under siege by the Russian army, and apparently took a minute from his duties to make a video for the West. Notice the professional camera lights in his glasses. Notice the fake beard. Notice the fake Ukrainian accent. Notice the intentional grammar mistakes. Notice the cadence of his speech, much like a native-born English speaker. Notice how quickly he is able to speak in English, and notice that he is never lost for words. Quite impressive. Notice his fake prosthetic arm. Notice his impeccable, immaculate Ukrainian military uniform that is unsoiled. If he was really on duty in the besieged steel plant, he would be dirty. It's going to be a hell of a dirty place to be. This, my friends, is a total fake. But he is credible.
It's the second week after an invasion. I volunteered at the Aladan hospital with 12 other women who wanted to help as well. I was the youngest volunteer. The other women were from 20 to 30 years old. While I was there, I saw the Iraqi soldiers come into the hospital with guns. They took the babies out of the incubators, and left the children to die on the cold floor.
It's difficult today to understand just how important this testimony was in setting the tone of the debate about whether America should commit military forces to defend Kuwait. It was reported breathlessly on the evening news, and it was repeated by President Bush on not one or two occasions, but 6 separate times in the lead-up to war.
Babies pulled from incubators and scattered like firewood across the floor.
And they had kids in incubators, and they were thrown out of the incubators so that Kuwait could be systematically dismantled.
Then, when the Gulf War resolution was making its way through the House, the incubator story was raised in Congress.
Now is the time to check the aggression of this ruthless dictator whose troops have bayoneted pregnant women and have ripped babies from their incubators in Kuwait.
And then again in the Senate. The vote passed, and combat operations formally began in January 1991. The only problem? Nayirah was not some anonymous Kuwaiti girl, but, as a subsequent CBC investigation discovered, she was Nayirah al-Sabah, daughter of Saud al-Sabah, the Kuwaiti ambassador to the United States. Her testimony had been written for her by Hill & Knowlton, a PR company hired by the Kuwaiti government-supported AstroTurf organization, the Citizens for a Free Kuwait, to help sell the Gulf War. And the Congressional Human Rights Caucus that held the hearing where Nayirah gave her testimony? It was later found to be a Hill & Knowlton front itself.
The person in this scenario who is of the greatest interest to me is Zelensky himself. You see, Zelensky is quite a study of psychology. A wannabe comedian, somehow he winds up becoming the president of the Ukraine. He can't be criticized because he's one of the chosen people. He's also a victim of the oppressive Russian regime, Vladimir Putin. Zelensky is the good guy, and Putin is the bad guy, you see. Have a great day.